There we go. Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. Sometimes 9 a.m, sometimes not. Sometimes, Monday to Friday, sometimes not. Whenever we feel like it. Hope you're doing well. It is sunny outside. It is nice weather. Bitcoin is still in green, 0.2%. Ethereum is 1.1%. Ethereum, Bitcoin is up 1%. Bitcoin dominance a little bit down. We're gonna check that out as well. But we gotta know what's happening. I'll be out of the channel. I think this is logarithmic chart because you can see these lines are not actually nice. There we go. We got a correct chart. We don't want to look at a logarithmic chart because logarithmic chart usually is the wrong chart when drawing the lines. As you see here, we are breaking towards upside. We had this major resistance level up here at what's that, 66.7, 67.2 or something like that. We are trying to break that towards upside, and it looks good, but we are not pumping. So what are we waiting for? What does need to happen for us to pump? Altcoins are actually performing well. Some altcoins are up hugely. Phantom is up another 10% today. Most altcoins are not. Most altcoins just zigzagging a little bit here and there. I think I saw another one up here in that was expected. Yesterday, of course, Turbo was up largely towards upside. So we like Turbo, so we are following Turbo as well. But we're gonna talk mostly about what's happening, what's not happening in Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum, Bitcoin, altcoins, when altcoin season and stuff like that. Hope you're doing well. I actually watched BitBoy yesterday, and he had actually very nice saying. He said, oftentimes when a lot of people get bullish, and right now a lot of people are very, very bullish. He said, oftentimes when a lot of people are bullish, and everything looks nice and dandy, we get hit in the face. Or hit in the stomach. I don't know what he said, but basically we get hit in the face, and we get, one of these dumps towards the downside, right? And once we get that, then after that we go towards upside. So the question is, are we gonna have this this kind of pattern over here where we get rejected, have some kind of pullback, get everybody insta bearish towards downside, and then move towards the upside? So as you see over here, yesterday we actually had a very, very nice pump over here. This is 2.6% pump yesterday, which is actually very nice because bullish engulfing candle up here. If you look at a moving averages up here, this is the 20 moving average. If you look at 50 moving average, let's hide everything over here. We actually managed to get above the 50 moving average, retested that, and right now bouncing off of that, which is extremely bullish. As you see, 50 moving average is actually very, very nice, nice support level over here for Bitcoin. Over here we broke that, but as soon as we actually broke that towards downside, we came right back above that. So we are trying to hold this 50 moving average. You can see up here how we got it rejected, over here above it, over here, we went below it, cannot get above it, pulled back over here a little bit towards downside, but basically, the 50 moving average is a very, very decent line to look for, support levels. And over here we are actually right now above that 50 moving average, and right now we are going towards upside. So over here we are above it, pull back, pull back, pull back, and right now we're going towards upside. As you see over here, there is a line over here. This stop over here, is very important, and right now we're trying to break that level as well. But basically we actually already broke the structure, like we said, I think 2 days ago, something like that. There is a line that goes something like this over here. We are breaking that as well. But basically over here there was a high, lower high, lower high. We are not counting this one. Lower high, lower high, lower high, all the way through. So this was a structure, downtrending channel, and this downtrending channel over here broke over here because right now we have a higher high on the chart. So technically we have some kind of channel that goes over here, something like this. Let's try to draw that, give or take, and it goes something like this. So whether this channel up here is gonna be again break towards downside, consolidate more, and then go towards upside, which is a very good probability because oftentimes when you get these double mountains up here in some kind of rising channel, you break towards downside, consolidate, and then you try to going towards upside again. On the other hand, if this thing breaks towards upside, we are just gonna go to the moon instantly to the moon. So there is that. But right now this is the channel right now that we are having, because right now we got a higher lows, and right now we're creating higher highs. So we got this right now channel towards upside. But if we go a little bit back in time over here, what we had so far, we had this downtrending channel, and this downtrending channel right now, at least this white one, is breaking towards upside. over here. We also got had a couple of, you know, extra. So basically this over here, this white channel up here, that's the main channel. These white lines are actually just these stops over here towards the upside. These are also levels of resistance, and what you're gonna see over here that we actually broke that. Let me just remove a couple of lines over here on the chart so we can actually see this a lot better. We actually broke that as well. So technically we broke the white channel, we broke these yellow channels as well over here. I mean, we literally broke everything, and right now the only thing that's left are these two lines over here. This comes from the this stop over here, and the other one, I don't know whether maybe it's the weekly time frame. Yeah, it's the weekly. So the top yellow line is the weekly resistance, bottom yellow line is the daily resistance over here. You'll see that these two resistance levels created this very nice blue box over here. We can also remove the lines right now. There we go. We are right now in the blue box, trying to get out of the blue box. Blue box is a major level of resistance. We are breaking that, and we are going to the moon, literally to the moon. Are we waiting for that? Are we waiting for it, you know, breakout towards upside? It depends, to be a little bit seen. Also last time, let's keep the blue box. If you go a little bit small time frame over here, if you remember over here, last time we had the Bitcoin daily was over here, and we said this a big move towards upside. This extortion pattern of times it goes down and it continues towards upside. This is exactly what's actually happened. We consolidated over here, it had some kind of extortion pattern pullback, and you can see up here this rising channel over here, this small rising channel. This actually broke towards upside, so we are very much bullish even on these small time frames right now, and we are just kind of flagging, trying to get higher towards upside. Now on the bigger time frames, we right now have maybe, just maybe, this kind of channel over here, give or take, something like this up here that's going up here. It could also be again one of these, you know, extortion patterns up here, because this is still very nice flag towards upside, and right now we are still maybe exhausting this move towards upside on a bigger time frames. So could we have a pullback over here towards downside? It could happen, but right now we're hitting this resistance level over here. We are consolidating, and I'm still looking whether we're gonna break towards upside over here or towards downside. But it's still again for very small time frames, and you know, the bigger time frames are a lot more important, and right now bigger time frames we are looking extremely well. Above the 50 moving average up here, bounced off of that bullish engulfing candle, broke the resistance level up here. This resistance, you know, daily resistance level up here is broken as well yesterday, which is actually very good. So the only thing that's left to be broken up here is this top of the blue box up here, this resistance level up here on the weekly time frame. So we are very close to starting getting it towards upside, and it does look very good. So the way I see it right now, this could we have another one of these moves towards downside? It could happen, but I'm not so confident as I was over here. So when you had this extortion pattern up here, I was very confident it's gonna pull back. But over here in this bigger time frame over here on the 4 hourly, I'm not as confident that this has to pull back towards upside, because right now, you know, the bullishness is pretty high, and this can just continue going towards upside. If it does, it's gonna go high. It's gonna go high, guys. That said, Ethereum is also doing okay over here, consolidating up here slowly, you know, flagging towards upside up here. Ethereum does look like it might actually pull back. So, you know, if Ethereum does pull back, you know, Bitcoin might as well, because big move towards upside, flagging up here towards upside, consolidating, maybe another one of these moves, and then, you know, pullback over here. But any kind of pullback should be regarded as a pullback, as a, you know, buy the dip opportunity, where, you know, new longs get in, and then you continue towards upside. So even if it does pull back, there is that. Ethereum, last time we also said Ethereum didn't break the trend over here, but right now it does look like it's breaking the trend towards the upside. It is getting very close, still below the 50 moving average over here. On the weekly time frame up here, we might just get, because we still got 1 day and 14 hours left. Let me see where the 10 moving average up here is. I'm a little bit unsure where we're gonna break the 10 moving average up here, back inside the blue box up here, but there is a very good probability right now that Ethereum might do a bullish engulfing candle back above the support level over here at 3.1 up here, give or take, 3.146, give or take. There is a very good chance for that, and that this would be the most bullish case for scenario for Ethereum right now, because over here there was a major level of support that was created. Once we broke that over here actually, and continue dumping towards downside, best case scenario right now, bullish engulfing candle right above the resistance level over here, because previous support right now is the resistance. That is the best case scenario. We got a couple of more resistance level up here at the top. And over here, that's the blue box over here that we need to break eventually. But, you know, right now, the best case scenario for Ethereum is closing the weekly candle above 3.1, give or take. So that looks very, very nice. On the weekly time frame, on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, Ethereum is still not outperforming Bitcoin. On the daily time frame, it did for the last 2 days play out very, very nicely over here, and it's still, you know, climbing towards upside. So right now, Ethereum is up 1%, while Bitcoin is up 0.2%. We still don't have any kind of break in the trend. It's still, you know, majorly going towards downside. But there is something very interesting that I actually saw on the chart over here on the RSI, and I'm going to show you that. And this goes, I think, on the monthly time frame up here. And I think it's interesting because if you look at a monthly time frame RSI, it does look like it is coming to some kind of bottom, right? So if you take this, let me just clean everything over here from the chart for a second. If you take this stop over here and you draw some kind of channel up here to all the way towards the bottom, what you see over here, you know, stops over here, double top, pull back, continue pulling back, but right now coming to this midline over here. Now, will it actually go all the way down to the bottom, towards downside? I don't believe so, but I think right now that, you know, very, very close, we are very, very close to this bottom on the RSI when it comes to Ethereum, and that might actually be very, very good, because right now if it starts breaking the trend over here, whatever the trend is, goes something like this up here, it is very, very close. But if it starts, you know, breaking the trend over here, it's gonna be very, very volatile, and then it can, you know, who knows how high, you know, the RSI can go. So we just might be very, very close to that bottom on the ETH BTC chart based on the RSI, because we need to figure out some way to figure out where the bottom is, right? If you look at a 3-month chart up here, there is also, we are actually breaking, there is a support level. There was a major support level over here. This is a 3-month chart. There is this one, and right now we are actually breaking that towards downside, but we still got 1 month left and 13 days left, and this candle up here is not closed yet, but we did break towards downside over here, and we are continuing towards downside. So next support level on this chart up here is all the way down at 0.03, whatever that number means. But, you know, it is still down something like, you know, 22% towards downside. Will this chart go all the way down to the next support level? I don't believe so. I think that within next 1 month and 30 days, this red candle will be a green candle up here towards upside, and this will continue towards upside eventually. I think we are very, very close when it comes to Ethereum Bitcoin chart, RSI, you know, helping us figure that out, then that this will very, very soon right now turn towards upside and go into upside direction. So I think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin very, very soon. The question is when, of course. The question is when. It is not even this daily time frame over here. There is a channel over here, goes something like this. It's still not broken. So even this last move over here, it's not broken just yet. So it needs a little bit more time before this actually breaks. So even this move that went from you know, since April over here towards downside is not broken. The only good thing, I don't know if it's only good thing, but, you know, the good thing over here is that we had, you know, this channel over here, or some kind of falling wedge that broke towards downside. So this was some kind of capitulation, and right now it actually can go towards upside. So it's, you know, it is starting to look good for Ethereum as well. Let me just go a little bit back to get lines. There we go. It's starting to look good for Ethereum as well, and that means, you know, it could look very, very good for Bitcoin as well. Sorry, for altcoins as well. So that's what we are looking for. Bitcoin dominance right now pulling back a little bit towards downside. Weekly Bitcoin dominance is again coming to this resistance level up here. Still haven't broken towards downside. Not much is actually happening. We haven't hit the blue box up here, or the 60% towards upside yet. It is still climbing, but it already broke the trend over here the way I see it. It's already looking weak. We are only looking for this breakdown over here towards us, this side. Not happened just yet. You know, just because this is pulling back a little bit towards downside, not mean that it's not gonna do the next move towards the upside. And I think there is a very good probability that it does move another move towards the upside, because when Bitcoin goes again, it's gonna go high, right? So when Bitcoin again, you know, starts pumping towards the upside, I think it's gonna be the first one to go. And when it goes over here towards the upside, you know, the dominance just might, you know, explode a little bit. So there is that. It is sunny outside, so everybody's very happy. The GME did pump. I don't know how GME is doing right now. I think it's just going down ever since that, you know. everybody's thinking that, you know, maybe, just maybe, GME is gonna continue going towards upside, but you can see right now it is down by a bunch. You know, from the very top all the way to the bottom, it went down, you know, 70%. It was quick pumping up, and you can see this, you know, line coming right back to that. Now this is actually very good for continuation of this pump, because everybody instantly right now is losing the faith that this is gonna continue. So, you know, a lot of people bought here, getting scared. Now it just fake pump, it's gonna go down, you know, so it goes up here, pulls back, consolidates, and it continues again towards the upside. So be careful about that when it comes to GME, because GME looks like very, you know, pumpy, dumpy coin. But it did break the trend over here towards upside. So as long as it doesn't drop below this, you know, line towards downside, you know, it's still technically, you know, it still technically did break the trend, and it is still curving, but it can take a little bit time. But, you know, anytime somebody gets, you know, 5x on any kind of coin, especially in stock market, there will be profit taking regardless. People are taking profits on 10%, 20% moves, you know, so 547% move, they will definitely be taking profits. Else besides that, not much is happening. How you guys doing in the chat? Hope you're doing well. Crystal Davis, happy Saturday. How you doing, man? The Beauty, what's up? How you doing, man? Dr. Karlov is in the chat. Sunny skies, good coffee, and some solid tea, and nice. Cheers, man. We are waiting for SAB 121 to get signed or get rejected. I don't know what SAB 121 is, so there is that. Hamdi, how you doing, man? XRP. How's XRP doing, by the way? XRP is up 0.12% right now. It's in the box down here at the bottom, which is actually very nice. It is sitting on the support level, so there is a very good chance for an XRP pump eventually. We just don't know yet. If we can also look at this on the small time frames over here, and it still haven't broken out of the box. That is, the trend is not broken, you know, it's still consolidating, and this consolidation can take a little while. So we are not seeing anything right now that, you know, it might be a nice accumulation zone down here when it comes to XRP, but it's still not broken towards the upside. So, you know, it's still in an accumulation zone. And right now there are a couple of coins, I won't say the names, but there are a couple of coins that are actually in these accumulation zones, which might actually break towards upside. So a lot of coins you will see that has this same kind of pattern, you know, they did something, fell down a lot like over here, and right now they're doing, you know, this move over here, you know, the box move towards the downside. And these coins are very inside consolidation zone just before they break and continue towards the upside. Now the very moment just before they actually break towards the upside, even though some coins might actually just continue towards the upside, oftentimes they do another dump before they go. I'm not saying it's gonna be a big dump, you know, it just might be a small dump over here, but oftentimes just before they go, they do another dump before they go towards the upside. So be careful about that. Just because you're in a box, it's an accumulation box, but you know, there is that. Why Powell is speaking tomorrow on a Sunday? I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening there. Not following, you know, these kind of stuff, that kind of stuff. So there is that. Anyways, guys, I think the thing that we are waiting for right now, it's actually Monday. So let's see over here on the daily time frame. We got a couple of more days left until that, and the weekly time frame is looking very good. I think he's waiting for Monday to something happen, because today is Saturday, so you know, Saturday and Sunday are you know, low volume days for Bitcoin. So I think everything's just gonna, you know, slowly either pull back a little bit, or pump a little bit, or consolidate a little bit, and do, you know, do nothing a little bit, and then, you know, for next week there might be some interesting developments on the chart. You'll also see when it comes to moving averages. Right now we just said that we are above the 50 moving average up here, but what you're gonna see here is that both the 10 and the 20 moving average are curving towards the upside, while the 50 is going this direction. So we're gonna very soon get this cross of the 10-20 above the 50 moving average, and then it's, you know, full-blown move towards the upside after that, I think. So very close. It looks very good. I mean, it's happy days, definitely happy days right now. I think this consolidation part has been going on for 2 months. Right now it's coming very close to the end, and there is that. Let me just look at one last thing over here on the moons. We gotta check out the moons, guys. We gotta check out the moons. We are coming, the next full moon is over here somewhere, but as you see, you know, this full moon pulled us down. You know, this full moon went up towards the upside, and you know, but the next full moon is coming over here. I don't think there is anything special about this moon, so there is that, but you know, the next moon is coming definitely very soon. So maybe we are waiting for the moon. I don't know, guys. Maybe the moon, maybe it's the moon. Maybe it's the moon, maybe it's the Saturn or Jupiter or some other planet, I don't know. Something we are waiting for, right? And while we are on it, let's check out some other indications. Let me find a clean chart over here. So this bullish bands on the daily time frame, we've been squeezing it over here a little bit ever since this extension over here towards top. So we're coming very, very close to the squeeze over here right now. I think we can pop. I don't think we're gonna get these kind of squeezes over here where nothing happens and volatility just die. I think volatility, you know, the interest in Bitcoin right now is just too big to squeeze it even more over here. I think it's gonna go very, very soon. And you can see over here we are also already starting expanding the Bollinger Bands very hardly towards upsides. I think it's going already, right? Let's see how this looks on the weekly time frame. We had a little bit pullback towards downside over here, so just pulling back a little bit over here towards downside. How this actually played out previously. Big moves down, bottoms. Nah, there are no squeezes, at least there are no squeezes. Do we have anything else to look at? Ichimoku Cloud. Ichimoku Cloud is in green on the weekly time frame. Monthly time frame, we got nothing. Let's go over here. Monthly time frame, it's green. Yeah, there was this. Yesterday we somebody asked in the chat, after this bull market, how much is it probable to pull back down? And I was, and Mladen said, you know, 40,000, maybe a little bit below that. And I said it's gonna be 20K again. So back down here. So after this bull market over here, I said the next, you know, bottom is gonna be at $20,000 again. Now let's look at a little bit chart over here. What you're gonna note, and we don't actually have that, you know, strong way to figure out how much pullback we're gonna have, but you know, when we get to that point, we're gonna figure out. But previously, you know, the pullback has been quite heavy over here. The very first pullback was 93%. The second pullback was 86%. The third pullback was over here 84%. This last pullback was 77%. So what you're gonna see, even the pullbacks are getting less and less. So depending on how high we go, let's say we go to something like 100K, give or take, and we pull back 77%, that gets you to 22K. 77%. So we are assuming that we are not gonna go less than 77% because every time, so maybe 74, 75, that's gonna be around 25. So depends where the top is, you know, depends where the top is. The pullback is gonna be less than 77% based on, you know, how this play out previously. And the reason for that is very simple, and I think this is actually very logical, because the volatility in Bitcoin is actually dying out. So both highs are getting lower and lows are getting higher, so we have less dumps and less pumps, right? So what we see over here right now is that these dumps are, you know, getting easier and easier over time. So whether that's gonna, because over here that was 84, 77%, that's almost 8%, you know, change. So maybe we get only like 60-65% move towards downside, right? Now the only question is how high we go. Now the our bearish prediction is around 85-90K, let's say 89K or something like that, and 65-66% towards downside over here. That gets us all the way down to something like, you know, 30K. Maybe that's the next button, but I said it's gonna be 20K down here. And 20K is 77% from the 90K, so give or take. Whether that's gonna be the case or not, we're gonna check that out. But nobody believes we can get back down to 20K, you know. And the reason I say 20K is, you know, stuff has happened that has not happened before. And in the next bull market and bear market, there will be new stuff that has never happened before and suddenly starts happening on Bitcoin chart. So maybe you go back down for the second time, back down to 20K, and nobody believes it. You never know. Maybe it's gonna be 30K, maybe 40K, I don't know. But I think there's a good chance again for 20K Bitcoin. You didn't buy 20K Bitcoin, you just might get a chance soon. The green's gone pumping, man. We are extremely bullish. Oh no, guys, the GORT is bullish. Bull market over in 4 months, give or take. Depends on where we pump. Once we pump and Bitcoin goes to 80-90K, it's probably done within 1-2 months of that, I think. You know, that's the general assessment that I have so far. Because once we start getting to some kind of top, you gotta, you know, 1-2 months of altcoins pumping and that's it. The big question is, when is the, you know, Bitcoin gonna pump to these 80-90k levels plus, right? That's the only thing that we care about. We gotta find meme coins before they get too popular. Yeah, I'm a little bit unsure whether it's time for meme coins or not right now. I mean, Pepe is definitely doing well on the weekly time frame. Dogecoin up here is again trying to go up here towards the upside. Shiba again, still no bullish engulfing candle. Sorry, this is monthly time frame, not week time frame. But Shiba got bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. Maybe it's gonna do that. Dogecoin is close to bullish engulfing candle. Hopefully that happens. Pepe is pumping like crazy. Bonk up here is consolidating up here, but he's still got, you know, these higher lows towards the upside, which is very nice. The only thing right now that looks a little bit, you know, shady is this VIF thing, but you know, VIF was one of the biggest pumpers, so there's that. Sub 121 discourages banks from providing custodial services to digital asset investors by requiring them to keep those assets on balance sheet. This is landmark results for digital asset regulations. I did read what you just said, I just don't understand it. Sol is ripping. How is Sol actually doing right now? Let's check it out. Sol is up 3.3%. On the weekly time frame is ripping. Yesterday it didn't go up that much. It's still below my channel over here on Solana right now, coming to the resistance level. Still needs to get back inside the channel a little bit more. I wouldn't say it's ripping, but you know, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. I did notice that some people are talking, you know, traders trading Solana and stuff like that. So they are like, oh, Solana goes up much, but it's not up that much. I mean, it's up, you know, 24% in the last 4 days, but you know, each day it's not, you know, the moves are not that big. Over here, that was, I mean, 6% move, so it did well, it did well. So maybe it is ripping. Anyways, guys, I won't hold you that long, you know, it was a 28 minutes live stream. It looks good. We are just waiting for, I think we are waiting for Monday. I'm a little bit unsure, but, you know, it looks good. So, you know, what are we waiting for? Let's just pump, but I think we are waiting for Monday. Monday or Tuesday, because Monday there's some, you know, we call pinse here in Norway, but I don't know what's called in English. And I don't know if it's on the same day. But maybe Monday, Tuesday or something like that, next week at least. So we are waiting for the next week. Guys, have a nice day. Enjoy the sun. Enjoy the grass under your feet. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? And join our, where is it? Join our public Telegram channel if you want. If you want. Only if you want. I don't want to pressure you, but if you want to join the public chat, you know. Your decision. You know, you got to sit down and think a little bit about it, but you know. You figure that out. Anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.